Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another day of color craze. MK and I have chosen several different palettes to use at varying times throughout the month to inspire our layouts, and this is the palette that we chose for today. I'm also playing along with Mixed Media Mayhem, and the recipe is vellum, splatter, and paste. It was either paste or glaze, and I'm going to use a texture paste. So I have two photos of the little guy that I take care of. These are his 4-month photos, and I am still working on getting his monthly milestones done. I've got quite a few little kiddos in my life that I'm doing monthly milestones for. Some of them are a little older now, but I definitely want to get those into their albums. So I have this really old sticker that says little boy. I do not know where it's from. I'm guessing it's probably like an Echo Park or something like that. It was definitely cut apart from a sticker sheet, but I'm not 100% sure. So don't quote me on that. I'm not even sure where this label came from. It was in my stash, actually cut up like that. Probably at one point in my color bins, but I thought it was really perfect for this particular color palette, which has the turquoise in it, and then it's also got these reds, kind of a brownish red, and yeah, so I was like, I'm not sure how I'm going to pull that together, but this plaid seemed to work really well, and I feel like with the reds and the browns in the label and that piece that says little boy, it actually works quite well together, in my opinion, and so I'm hoping you think so too. I am going to kind of draw it all together by pulling in some Nuvo expanding mousse in red leather. That is the name of the color, but I'm not going to use it as an expanding mousse. Most of my mousses are so dry that they can't be used like to pick it up and put it through a stencil or anything like that, but they are moist enough to be able to add a little water to it and then pick it up with a paintbrush and paint it on. And so that is what I'm going to do. It is actually probably the only application that I've done in quite some time with these, because I've had them in my stash for so long, they just don't stay wet enough for me to use them another way. And I do keep going in and adding water to them, and that's hopefully going to keep them wet enough for this type of a usage. So I did test it behind where my photos are going so that I can make sure that it was the correct color. I'm going to mark off kind of exactly where my photo mat and cluster is going there, or my large photo mat and cluster is going there. And I want to kind of go with a bit of a diagonal here. I know I do diagonals a lot, but sometimes that's just what works the best. So in this particular case, because I have that title hanging off of the top edge and the label hanging off of the bottom edge, I felt like that was the best option for this one, because those are the only two areas that have pieces hanging off the edge of that large plaid mat that I've got going on. Now I'm also using some paper glaze from Picket Fence Studio in mint hydrangea, and I'm using an old stencil, I think it's called Birch, from Kaisercraft, and I'm just putting it through. It kind of mimics the effect that the background paper already had on it, and pulls in more of those lighter colors. You can see in the corners there that it's got that lighter color in it, and so I'm just adding a little bit more, kind of playing off of what the paper already had to offer. Now the paper, I'm not really sure where that came from, to be honest with you. I feel like I probably have the label for it in my stash, but I don't see it. So not in my stash, in my trash, but you can probably hear me rummaging around to see if it was actually in the trash. But no, I don't have it. But I know it does look a lot like a Minte packaging piece, but I don't think this is actually the Minte packaging. So anyway, I have these cloud dies in my stash, and I'm going to use some vellum and cut these clouds out of it, and that's going to be the vellum that I'm using. So now I've used the vellum, the texture paste, and I will be doing a little bit of splatter. That was the third thing that was in the recipe. So a little bit of splatter with some of my paint, I believe. So, or actually not paint, I'm going to use Ancient Dina Wakley Media Gloss. Sorry, it took me a second to remember there. I did this about a week, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago and couldn't remember. I am also using some wood veneer from the Some Assemblage Required shop. I'm using the 4 months milestone, and I am using this little hot air balloon that has a globe, or yeah, I guess a globe at the top of it. I thought that was really cute to play off of the airplane that's in the top portion and the clouds that I am putting down. I'm just removing the masking off of the top of the wood veneer. All of the wood veneer from the Some Assemblage Required shop does have a masking on it that protects it when it's being cut, etched, or scored by the laser, so that it doesn't get those burn marks on it. So you want to make sure you remove that, and it's really easy to do with tweezers, or you can use a piece of like Gorilla Tape or duct tape, rub it over the top, and then pull it off, and it should pull off the masking. If not all of it, it'll pull off quite a bit of it, and then you can go in and see where you need to go over it again. Sometimes it takes more than one application, at least with the tape I have, and mine is some weird off-brand that doesn't work great, so I'm just going to put that out there. I do need to invest in some better tape. I am just using my tape runner, or my ATG, to adhere these clouds down, and I realize that top one you can't really see it on screen, but you can see it in person. While I go ahead and attach this, don't forget to go check out what MK is doing on her channel for today's layout using the same color palette, and then there will be a playlist down below for everybody who's playing along with Mixed Media Mayhem using the same recipe. Now, I did go into my wood veneer stash and I pulled out a cloud because I felt like I needed a third piece, and the cloud was the perfect addition because I've already got clouds going on in this layout, so I'm going to add that to the top. That piece is not from the Some Assemblage Required shop. It is from some random place, probably Kaisercraft, really old. And that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those down below. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to subscribe. And if you liked this video, please hit that thumbs up button. I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate the time that you take to spend with me, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. I did also use my distress tool on the edges of that paper. I wanted to put that note out there as well because it's an awesome tool, and that can be found in the Some Assemblage Required shop too. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.